Welcome back, guys, to another beer review. You know what you're watching, you know who you're watching, so let's just crack on with this review. We're off to Belgium this time, and Browerij het Anker, and we have a bottle of their Gouden carolus hopsinjoor, or hopsinjoor, I don't know. It's basically a Belgium IPA coming in at 8% in a 330ml bottle. Now, I got this from Trembling Madness. If I remember rightly, 4 beers in a glass for about £22, so not a bad deal, I don't think. There's the glass. Obviously the beer will be going in the glass because there's not much point in having it otherwise. Lovely label. They stick with the same sort of labels and just different colours for, you know, depending on which type of beer it is. They have matching bottle caps to go with the label, which is all very nice. I do like that. So let's get her cracked open, get her into the glass and see what we get. And hopefully it ain't going to explode on me. But you never know, do you? So let's crack on with this. Whee! It did just rise to the top, so I did think we was going to have a little bit of an explosion there, but it did hold out. Hope you're all good anyway. It's Friday. You all get to have a couple of days off now and have a nice rest. Maybe down a couple of beers and just relax. Unfortunately, I don't. I'll be working at the weekend. So just a couple of nice sociable beers now for me. So, beer in a glass. Belgium IPA, they call it. Blonde in colour, if you like. Golden in colour. Amber in colour. There's a bit of carbonation going up the glass, not loads. Doesn't seem to have a widget thing, so it doesn't look like it's like racing up there. It's hazy. I can see that sort of sediment floating around in the glass. We got a finger of compact white head. Looks all right, you know. Looks as you'd expect. So let's try and give this little baby a swirl and see what we get on the nose. I always find Belgium IPAs a little bit different, really. Different. Yeah, you are getting that sort of... You still get that sort of typical Belgium yeastiness. You do still get that little bit of that candied, fruity kind of vibe in the beer. Well, not so much candied, but you get that fruity vibe in this beer. You do pick up a little bit of the percentage. It's not overly strong, but you do pick that up. Fruity, a little bit sweet. Maybe a little bit spicy, hoppy. I mean, it smells very much, again, sort of like the Duvel triple hop citra sort of IPA thing. It's got, there's things in there that remind me of that. But it smells good. It's got a little sort of like bitter edge smell to it as well. So let's stop talking. Let's give her a try, see what we get. Cheers. Oh, that's lovely. That is lovely. Yes, you're greeted with that typical Belgian yeastiness. It's got that typical sort of Belgian bitterness to it as well. Body, average. Typical sort of Belgium IPA body. Medium, let's just say medium. Quite well carbonated, lots of little bubbles that just massage the inside of the mouth. Mouthfeel is... It's quite soft. It is quite soft. You can't deny that, I don't know, the water that they maybe use or something in their beers. I think I've said it about all the beers that I've had so far of theirs. They're always very sort of soft in your mouth. But it's not necessarily the smoothest drinking experience for me. Taste wise, like I say, you're greeted with that yeastiness, you're greeted with that Belgian sort of bitterness that you get. for me, that yeastiness, now I've got the rest of the bottle in there, it's either the palate adjusting or it's toned down because more of something else has sort of gone in there. It's very much sort of citrus flavours for me. Fruity, maybe even a little bit floral. Citrus, I would say sort of citrus notes in there, you know, and it might seem daft, but there's sort of orange sort of citrus going on in there. I'm picking up a little bit of lime myself, and I think that sort of little bit of lime sort of taste in there, feeling to it, is adding to that bitterness, that, excuse me, bit of chili con carne coming up there, I do apologise. Just have another mouthful, crack on. Yeah, I do apologise for that. I just come out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it. Yeah, there's very much a sort of like, for me, a lime citrus sort of feel in there, and a lime feel in the bitterness as well. 8%. Do you get that? I'm not going to say it drinks 8%. But you are getting that inkling that it's a little bit boozy. Certainly no warmth in the insides, but there's a little bit of that, as I always say with like English IPAs, British IPAs, you get that inkling of the strength through the bitterness, and I think that this one's no different. That sort of gives you a bit more of an inkling of the booziness in it. Bear with me, there could be another chili burp coming, so I do apologise. Yeah, it's very typical sort of Belgian beer, really. It reminds me personally a lot of sort of like a blonde, but without that stickiness. But no, this is decent. It's a nice IPA. Belgian IPAs I do like, but they're not my favourite style of Belgian beers. They're certainly not my favourite style of IPAs. I've got to be, you know, I've got to be honest and say I do prefer like an English IPA over a Belgian IPA. But this is very nice. There's lots of flavour in it, lots of different things going on. So they are quite a complex beer, but it's a decent one. It's decent. There's nothing really, you know, for me it doesn't wow me personally. It doesn't make me want to rush out and buy it again. But that's my personal taste. But as Belgian IPAs go, the Gouden, carolus, hopsinjoor, or joor, or your, however you want to say it, it's a decent drop. It's a decent drop. It's quite, you know, like I say, the body is quite light, medium, I say, but it also helps it make it drinkable as well. It's light to drink, does go down well. And it is quite full flavoured, and that might be something that puts people off. But other than that, it's a decent beer. So yeah, I'd give it a thumbs up for the style and for what it is. Like I say, personally, not, you know, a Belgian IPA is not my favourite style, but it does the job good. So yeah, I recommend picking it up, giving it a go if you're into these sort of ones. If you've had it before, let me know. Let me know what you think, I should say. Feel free to comment. I'm going to leave it there now because it's all going Pete Tong. So have a good Friday, everyone. Enjoy your weekend, and I will see you again soon on another beer review. Cheers.